There are seasons in life when silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. Not every plan needs an audience. Not every vision needs validation. Some things grow best in secrecy, protected from noise, doubt, and premature exposure. When you speak your plans too early, you expose them to opinions that were never meant to shape them. People listen through the lens of their own fears, limits, and past failures. What God places in your heart is often beyond their understanding. Silence protects purpose. There is power in preparation that happens quietly. Growth does not announce itself while it is still forming. Seeds are planted underground before they ever break the surface. What is rushed into visibility before it is ready often collapses under pressure. Timing matters. Not everyone who hears your plans wants to see them succeed. Some people doubt quietly, others discourage openly. Even well-meaning voices can weaken confidence if heard too soon. Silence allows faith to develop without interference. When plans are spoken prematurely, motivation can be replaced by explanation. Energy shifts from building to defending. Focus is lost, trying to convince others instead of committing fully. Progress slows when purpose must be constantly justified. God often works privately before he moves publicly. Many breakthroughs are prepared in isolation. Obedience happens before recognition. Faith is tested before reward. Silence is not absence, it is alignment. There are moments when sharing feels natural, but restraint is necessary. Wisdom discerns timing. Some plans are meant to be revealed only when they are complete, undeniable, and established. Results speak louder than intention ever could. Silence also strengthens discipline. When no one knows what you are working toward, commitment becomes personal rather than performative. You continue because you believe, not because you announced. Consistency grows when accountability comes from within. Fear often seeks validation. Faith seeks obedience. Silence forces reliance on conviction rather than approval. It builds resilience. It deepens trust. It prepares the heart for responsibility that comes with fulfillment. Protection is another purpose of silence. Dreams are fragile in early stages. Doubt, comparison, and distraction can derail momentum. Guarding what matters is not secrecy born of fear. It is stewardship born of wisdom. There will be a time to speak. There will be a moment to share. Silence is not permanent. It is seasonal. The right time reveals itself when preparation is complete and strength is sufficient. Until then, work quietly, build steadily, trust deeply. Let actions mature before words announce them. Let progress replace promises. What is meant for you does not need constant explanation. When the time comes, the outcome will speak with clarity, authority, and impact. Sometimes the most powerful move is not saying anything at all. Keeping your plans private is not about secrecy rooted in fear. It is about wisdom rooted in understanding how growth truly happens. Every meaningful journey begins internally before it becomes visible externally. When plans are shared too early, they are exposed before they are strengthened. Words spoken prematurely can invite doubt, misunderstanding, or unnecessary influence that disrupts focus. Not everyone who listens to your plans listens with faith. Some listen through the lens of their own limitations, projecting their fears onto your vision. Others may unintentionally discourage you because they cannot see what you see. When plans are still forming, they are fragile. They require belief, patience, and consistency, not constant explanation or validation. Silence protects momentum. When plans remain unspoken, energy is preserved. Talking can create the illusion of progress without action. Sharing goals often provides emotional relief, but that relief can reduce urgency. When affirmation replaces discipline, progress slows. Growth demands focus, and focus thrives in quiet commitment. Sharing plans too early can quietly weaken them. What begins as excitement often turns into pressure once words leave the heart and enter the world. Plans are fragile in their early stages. They need time, focus, and protection. When spoken prematurely, they become exposed to opinions, doubts, comparisons, and expectations that were never meant to shape them. Not everyone who listens will support what they hear. Some will question your ability. Some will project their own fears onto your vision. Others may not understand the timing, the process, or the purpose behind it. Even well-meaning voices can introduce hesitation. A simple comment can plant doubt where confidence once lived. There is also a subtle danger in receiving praise too early. Applause can replace progress. Talking about plans can create a false sense of accomplishment, as if the work has already been done simply because it has been announced. This illusion weakens discipline. Momentum slows when words substitute for action. Plans require clarity, and clarity grows in silence. Quiet allows reflection. It allows adjustment. It allows mistakes to be made privately without judgment. Silence creates space for refinement. When plans are kept inward, focus remains undivided. Energy is directed toward preparation rather than explanation. External opinions can distort internal conviction. When too many voices speak into something unfinished, direction becomes confused. Confidence becomes dependent on approval. Plans begin to shift, not because of wisdom, but because of influence. Silence protects intention. There is also timing to consider. Some plans are meant for specific seasons. Speaking too early can invite resistance before readiness. Growth often happens in stages, and early exposure can disrupt development. Just as seeds grow best underground before breaking the surface, plans need hidden time before visibility. Silence does not mean secrecy driven by fear. It means wisdom guided by patience. It is choosing to build quietly rather than announce prematurely. Strength develops when validation is delayed. Commitment deepens when the journey is private. Plans that survive silence often emerge stronger. They are tested internally before being tested externally. They are refined by discipline rather than influenced by opinion. When the time comes to speak, clarity replaces uncertainty. Not everyone needs access to your vision. Some people are meant to see the result, not the process. Protection of plans is not about distrust. It is about discernment. Knowing when to speak is as important as knowing what to do. Silence allows faith to grow without interference. It removes the need to defend or explain. It builds reliance on conviction rather than consensus. Plans grounded in purpose do not need constant affirmation. They need consistent action. When plans remain unspoken, focus sharpens, energy stays centered, progress becomes the proof, and when results appear, explanations are unnecessary. The work speaks louder than any announcement ever could. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. When you stop announcing what you are about to do and begin focusing on what you are becoming, you protect the most important phase of growth, the unseen one. Many plans fail not because they were bad ideas, but because they were exposed too early. Growth needs privacy. Transformation needs space. Not everything is meant to be shared while it is still forming. When plans are spoken prematurely, they invite unnecessary opinions. Some opinions are well-intended. Others are rooted in doubt, jealousy, or fear. Even supportive voices can unintentionally plant hesitation. Words spoken by others can influence confidence, slow momentum, and create pressure that was never meant to exist. Silence removes this noise and allows clarity to develop. There is a season where vision is fragile. At that stage, it does not need validation. It needs protection. Silence shields intention from discouragement. It allows ideas to mature without being questioned, compared, or misunderstood. Not everyone has the capacity to understand what has been given to you, especially when they cannot see what you see. Explaining your plans to the wrong audience often leads to confusion rather than support. Silence also builds discipline. When no one knows what you are working on, consistency becomes internal rather than performative. There is no applause to chase, no expectations to manage, and no image to maintain. Progress becomes about commitment, not recognition. This strengthens character. It teaches you to work without affirmation and to move forward without permission. Some plans are too important to be exposed before they are ready. Growth requires privacy, focus, and patience. When you protect your vision, you protect your momentum. Not everyone needs access to what God is forming in you, and not every idea needs an audience to survive. Progress is strengthened in silence, not announcement. Let your discipline speak louder than your words, and let results replace explanations. In time, what was kept quiet will become visible, not because you talked about it, but because you stayed faithful to it.